this first part right. Hi, I'm John Graham from Duke University. A few years ago, I was chatting with Matt Winter, and we were talking about the thing that young professors most want professionally is feedback on their research and to get that research published, and maybe some career advice along the way. So hearing this news, the Financial Management Association, the FMA, created DESI. And DESI stands for Diversity Emerging Scholars Initiative. And the objective of DESI is to provide this research feedback as well as ongoing support to young professors who are members of underrepresented minority or identity groups. Now, we just completed our second year of DESI, and let me tell you a little bit how it works. So the untenured or young professors submit research papers to the DESI program, and this year 12 were chosen. So we have formed 3 groups of 4 young professors and grouped them with 2 senior professors, grouping by research area. And the young professors would present their research in this setting, so a small group setting of just 6 people, and get a lot of feedback during that session from the 2 senior professors who were in their area, as well as from their other colleague young professors who were in the meeting. And so because it was small, it was informal, and there's a lot of back and forth, and from what we hear, a lot of good feedback was received. We'll talk to some of those young professors shortly, and they can tell you their own perspectives. But after this meeting that would take place around the FMA meeting time, the annual meeting time, okay, the young professors will go back and update their research paper based on that feedback and send it out to one of those senior professors who work in an area close to what they're working in and get another round of feedback. So to make it short here, you get at least 2 rounds, if not maybe more rounds of feedback on your research as a young professor. And that's sort of the goal of DESI, and that's the way it seems like it's worked these first 2 years we've done it. Now, this year we actually even had a second day of DESI where it was only 90 minutes, but we had the editor of the Journal of Finance, the editor of the Review of Financial Studies, and one of the co-leaders of the NBER corporate finance area, all 3 come and talk and give kind of publishing advice, how to get that research paper you're working on published in a top journal. Okay, so again, another angle on this publishing objective. And there are also opportunities within the DESI program for some interaction, some networking, some building out of networks. And so the research feedback, the feedback from the editors, and the networking is really the essence of it. Now, I've been fortunate to be a mentor for 2 years. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great to meet some enthusiastic young professors, learn these interesting topics they're working on, and hopefully provide some kind of advice that might be helpful. Another individual who's been a mentor 2 years along with me is Rohan Williamson. Rohan's from Georgetown University. Rohan, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and also tell us a little bit about your experiences or views on DESI?
Thanks, John. As John mentioned, Rohan Williamson, I'm a professor of finance at Georgetown University. I've been at Georgetown over 20 years now. And when John called me about volunteering, I said, wow, this is great, because, you know, one of the things when you first start your career is getting feedback on your research. You're learning your new environment, new institution, you're teaching class, you're doing a lot of things to start out. I was fortunate enough that I had, from my PhD program, I had a few my faculty members from my PhD program I can go back to and ask for advice on papers, but I know a lot of new scholars don't get that, don't have that luxury. So I think that the DESI program is fantastic. It gives the young scholars an opportunity to get feedback and detailed feedback, because sometimes you reach out and faculty members don't have time because they're busy as well. But this allows for feedback on your particular topic, get an opportunity to present it, and then you get feedback again, as John just pointed out. And so it was an easy thing for me. It's really exciting. And over the time I've been involved, the past couple of years, I look at it and say, wow, not only are you getting feedback, but you're also, another important aspect of the ability to build a network from the other members, and you can reach out to other colleagues that they're colleagues now, and then they can provide feedback. And so you build this internal network, if you will, from other DESI participants. And so, it's just such an obvious thing. And sometimes you think, wow, why did we think about this before? But I think it's a great opportunity to get really good information from senior faculty. And these are very excellent senior scholars, from publishers of journals not knowing how to write the paper correctly. And again, from one another. So I think it's a fantastic program, and I look forward to participating in it a little bit more. But, I rather than hearing from me from one end, I think it's a good opportunity to hear from some of those that participated. And depending on how long they participated, they may have different views and how they think about the program. So I'm going to turn it over to those